Good afternoon, everybody. 2 o'clock it is, and we're finally getting out of the house. Ooh, the wind is blowing. I'm glad I put a hoodie on. Mateo, I can't go underneath the fence, buddy. We are at Canfield Lane, the island, so we're gonna take a nice little brisk walk, and then probably go back home. I had some issues with getting the yesterday's video to render. And then to export, it took forever, so the video has not come out yet. I had problems last night, so that's why I kind of got away from it and I tried to lay down. And this morning it gave me more issues. I got about 4 hours of sleep, maybe, something like that. So, got home a little left at 5:30 this morning, and so I was home a little bit before 6. But by the time I, got a chance to lay down, it was probably a little after 6. So. I was up pretty much 25 hours with a 45-minute nap. That's how my day went yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Priya, do you have the line wrapped underneath you? You do. What you got going on here, silly girl? Yeah, you got the leash wrapped underneath you. Good job, puppy. Alright, got the kids. I'm going to stop this for a second so I can set her up right. It looks like we're going to take this walk backwards today. We're going to do all the other stuff and then do the riverfront last. Come on, baby girl. You got to walk, baby. She says, there's leaves to sniff, Dad. Gotta sniff the leaves. She's definitely my dog. She likes autumn. Come on, come on, come on. Tired of yanking you. You gotta move too, Mateo. Yeah, not too bad out, 55 degrees. The sun was out a little bit more earlier, but it is kind of gotten cloudy here since we left the house. Yeah, oh well, a little bit of a breeze. All right, guys, come on, let's get moving. Come on, let's get moving. We gotta get moving. Yeah, in my heart, I knew all these stories of, oh, this won't take long. You'll be out of here by 2 o'clock in the morning. I knew it was all total BS. I knew it was all total BS. I adjusted this handle the other day to take the photos for the Columbia post. And of course, I got to do it yesterday when I got home and I had to be on the clock. Make sure you're recording. All right. So I got to do it when I get to work, and it won't let me upload a pre-made video. It'll only let you record a video. Just asinine stuff. So there's no way to edit doing it that way. So I gotta redo the handles where I was coming from. The handle was kind of all wonky from that. Just standing it up, and it worked. It did work. Did a pretty good job taking photos. So it's convenient having it all in one, having a tripod and a handle. I use the watch for the remote. So we're going this way, Mateo, crossing the bridge. Yeah, so I knew this whole 2 o'clock thing was bogus. Hell, he still had, I think, 3 rooms to do at 2 o'clock. But it looks nice. It got done. Unfortunately, they're like, oh, it's dry. I'm sitting there going, so I started putting something back, and it just, even with sliders on, the wax was coming right up because it was not dry. It was not cured. They just rush things. I should have just waited until everything was done and then started with the room that was done first, the room that was done second, and then just gone that way. Probably had a better chance. I don't believe the 15's come over here yet. I try to think of all the places the 15 hasn't gone yet, and I like go different places, so I'm trying to think what we had the last time we were here. I'm trying to think when last time we were here. I know the Google Pixel came here. I can't remember what else though. Don't worry guys, I'm not gonna go ultra wide and span all these trees. It's too much for that today. I don't wanna nauseate anybody. I might be clubbing dogs, but I really hope whatever's going on here is caused by lack of sleep and not I'm getting sick a second time, because that would really piss me off, getting over it and then getting it right back. But woke up very sinusy and very coughy this morning. Not good. I didn't take anything for it, but probably should have. I tell you what, I've gone down the rabbit hole by searching iPad Pro M2, M3, and Final Cut on iPad, because I'm getting a whole lot of videos, and not very many of them are saying great things. Mainly about the iPad M2. It was not what Apple planned on releasing last year, and it's very subpar, and it was not much of an update from the M1. And then the Final Cut is just not is great to use on the iPad is, you know, Apple try to make it out to be like normal. Apple always tries to make like, oh, this is the greatest thing, and it's really not. I get it, don't get me wrong. I see it too, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what the M3 lies are, and I want to see some reviews before I even consider picking that up, because the only problem is last night I took my iPad to work. I was using it for work things, and battery did not hold up. Of course, that is a 2018 model, 18 or 19, I think. I've had it a while, and this is the most I really used it. Hold on a second here. Really pretty sky. All right. Like I said, that's kind of on my bucket list. Obviously, hoping that the DJI Mic 2s come out within the next quarter or so as a standalone, so that this set can be put away as a backup. I don't know. I might do some research on whether or not that screen can be potentially replaced. Something's got to be able to be done to it, I think. Everything's functional. It works. So, and the main reason I haven't gone back to the roads is weight of the freaking transmitters is so heavy. Like, I don't even know this is on me half the time. I've taken my shirt off and like the fuzzy has hit me in the nose as I take my shirt off. I forget it's on there. I've slept with it on accidentally once. It was a nap, but nonetheless. But then the roads, the positive with them is the fact that they have pass-through. So if I forget to turn them on, or if they happen to die with the digital cable, I still have audio, because the phone will take over and I get my chime back. So I might have to go back and just, I do have one magnet mount for that, so I might go back to them briefly just to see if I can handle the weight again. But I know it's, even on this light shirt here, it'd be tugging right now, and the DJIs are just so much lighter and more comfortable to wear. But there are a couple things I don't like. So I'm hoping the Mic 2s, A, go digital. That would be nice. And give you the option for your chime back. And that would also create the pass-through so that if they die, or if you get to turn them on, you still have audio. Yesterday I had like 8 clips with no audio because my dumbass didn't turn them on. Something else I thought of is the fact that I feel the roads, because there's less to them, they're more durable. You can drop them. It's not going to shatter anything. You're not going to break them. The fact that this fell and shattered a screen, it's stupid. Considering the company makes action cameras and they make a microphone that's this fragile, is stupid. So that's another kind of reason to try the roads again, I think. We don't normally take the big lap. We haven't been. Today we did because we haven't done anything else today. So we're going to take the longest route possible today. Maybe. Well, I might be taking longer as possible. I might tie these two to this stick right here and leave them here. I'm telling you what, they are being very frustrating. You just wrapped Mateo's leg around and made him walk for about, I don't know, 10 feet just to feel like what it feels like to have a rope around your leg. He didn't like it. It's surprising. The nice thing coming back down here in the fall, in the winter time, it's fall right now, is the fact that you can see more of the river because there's not weeds and bushes and stuff and tree leaves blocking the way. What a beautiful shots. We've never gone down here before. I'm going somewhere. I don't know where you guys are doing. Like I said, I'm going to tie you to a tree. Wait for the tide to come in. Of course, all the waterways seem to be a little on the low side right now too. Wherever you seem to go, it's like you can get closer, down further than you normally can. We really haven't had wet weather here in a little bit. Priya, are you jumping in the river? I'll let you swim home. What are you doing, princess? That's muddy. Don't drink that. You'll get sick. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Get moving. Get in front of me. I'm not pulling you up the hill. I always love these little wooden bridges on these pathways. They're always so cute. It just makes you feel like you're out in the country when really we're just outside the city. Where are you going, dum-dum? Come on, you gotta cross the bridge. Priya knows what she's doing. All right. Yeah, it's nice out today. The wind is mild, and it's not too cold that the wind is a problem. Yeah. Thing is, there's pathways that are visible when things are down. You can get points of the river that we don't normally get. And get tangled in all these trees. Ugh. Yeah, definitely. I think our river is definitely pretty low right now. Because I've never noticed any of this extra little marsh sticking out before the grass. Ooh, that's a pretty picture. What that shows in cinematic mode. Alright, well, let's try ultra wide here. It'd be a great picture, guys. Right about there. And just kind of take a nice slow pan so I can kind of click through. Take a couple bowl makers. I'm sure that's going to cause me an issue to fix cinematic I've never used before, I don't think, on this thing. Or if I have, it's not been since the last reset. Some sort of processing it has to do for cinematic. Alright, and back to the regular path. See if we can find any more little inlets that we've never adventured. And better yet, it was shot in 1080 on cinematic. I went back to it real quick just to see what the heck my settings were and if ProRes was available. That's why they were highlighted. Because I could focus on Mateo, or I can focus on Priya. Now I know why those little boxes came up on my screen. Which means I've been shooting in cinematic for quite a while, because I noticed it earlier and didn't really pay that close attention that I only had 1x and 2x. So, oh, get a little warm in a hat. I got too much hair. I only trimmed the sides. I don't even know if I mentioned it. Yeah, I trimmed at the sides and the back, and took the whole tail thing off. Ooh, that looks like a freshly down tree. That's recently cut. Where the hell did he come from? Oh, he snapped off over here. But yeah, you can definitely tell it's fresh. It hasn't been sitting here very long. Alright. This is an awkward way to hold the phone. You turn your wrist. I can turn it just to be straight again. Of course, take some arm movement as well. Yeah, pretty day to be out. Just, I think, lack of sleep. I'm a little on edge with these guys. And I just need to calm down a little bit, but good to get out with them. I know they've been cooped up in the house all day for the most part. I mean, they've gone on the patio, which for them isn't anything special. But yeah, the one thing Terry sent me last night was she was back in the break room and they have a fireplace back there. And she's like, one of these would be neat in the living room under the TV. I'm sitting there going, yeah, and it'll also run up our electric bill. But they're saying that they really aren't that bad. Of course they're going to say that. They want to sell it. I don't know, we're looking at it as kind of replacing the 8 cube thing and putting little I think we could lower the heat in the downstairs and just kick that on just to take the coolness off. But we'll see. It's like about $170, the one we were looking at. I don't know. There's a lot of options out there, but we want a certain color, so we can't use our voucher on it because we don't carry any other color in store but gray. Almost didn't realize where we were at first because the trail is covered in leaves. It doesn't look the same. It's the little extra spot which makes it an island, so it's hard to call it an island because this section here does not get a lot of water. But we're technically stepping off into the island, which is supposed to be haunted. Tim loves to bring that up every time he comes. I smell cat pee really bad. Come on, let's go, guys. Come on, Priya. Yeah, Heritage Trail. RiverFront Park. But this is, yeah, we just crossed. You saw. There's no water on this side. And there hardly ever is. This side here always seems to have some. The other one doesn't. So it's kind of hard to call it an island, honestly. Yeah, there was a lot of, this was like a Indian reservation at one time, I think. It's kind of, back in the day, that might have been kind of like a secure point, but anymore it's not really. Geez, I never go the opposite direction, so I've never actually looked at this sign before. Farmland to public park. I don't know if you can read that or not, but you can always pause it. Yeah, interesting. Something that doesn't make any sense on that whole situation about the island portion is the fact that the river flows this way. And the side where the river is actually flowing from is empty, but the side that's the non-flow side has always got water in it. So, anybody want to explain to me how it's backing up into the channel, but it's not actually coming into where it's supposed to? Kind of would like to actually walk through there and see where it's not, why it's not coming through. Honestly, they should dredge it out and make it an island again. That would be the cool thing. Have the river kind of divert around us. Actually make it a freaking island. Some more info on it. Like I said, the Indians, you can see the arrowheads and drills. Net sinker. And hammerstone. History. Negative history, we just want to, you know, erase it and pretend like it never happened so we don't learn from it. Yeah. That's always the best way to go about things. Where are these beautiful, this is the clouds I love. There's a few different styles, but the cotton ball clouds, that's what I call them. I'm sure there's a technical term for them, and Mike will probably tell me in the comments what they're called. Just love they, but don't they look like cotton balls? And another little piece of history that I always miss because we come out on the other side of this trail. Going backwards was a good idea. I'm actually getting a lot more information about this place. Let's see if the huge mud pit is here today for Priya to try to hop through. Oh, that's a really cool little bush. Some berries on it. Saw something similar to that somewhere else. Oh, over at Milton. Little berries. Mateo, we're not going back in the woods. Come on. Come on, you little turds. This brings me to something I've mentioned in other videos, that we've gone to places multiple times, or when we go to something for the first time. When you don't know what you're going to see, there is really, for me personally, there's no way for me to plan how I'm going to film something. This is the first time ever here, and we've gone the opposite direction of this entire park. And it's given me a different perspective of everything, honestly. It's really cool because it feels like I've never been here before by going backwards. Seeing some of the signs that we normally would come out and go that way, we skip that sign. Coming around and seeing the sign in front of me, I wanted to walk over and see what it said. And now, something we have seen before are these massive vines. These things are huge. They're bigger than my arms and smaller than my legs, but bigger than my arms. Looks like a pretzel. So, yeah, right there is the pit of mud that Priya likes to go through. Don't you dare, Priya. You stay over to the side of it. Don't you dare. This is where she got in trouble because we had Terry's car the first time, for the first time ever, and we came here and she went right through it and got mud in the car. And I got yelled at for it. Of course I did. Rightfully so, honestly. I wouldn't want someone taking my car and getting mud in it when I've only owned it a couple days. There he is. Stop, Mateo. He's not making a river landing. Gone into a couple, we've been down in that one before, so I think we're gonna skip it. No, I know that scene was extremely fast because I was in it about 10x, but with the, for some reason with the iPhone, I think it's the screen brightness. I can see things when I'm zoomed in. I can actually see that I'm on the target. It stands out better than any other screen. The Samsungs, the Sonys, I can actually follow something a lot better with this camera on the high zoom. So maybe it's me, maybe I'm just making that up, but I feel like because the screen brightness is up, when you zoom in on something, you can see it, therefore you can follow it. I have no problem following these two. They're my little turds. You guys on a walk, huh? You enjoying your little fall walk in this warm weather? Couldn't ask for a better day. I'm glad it's not frigid cold. It was 30 this morning when I left work. Actually, I think my car said 29 initially and 30 by the time I got home. So it just depends on where you're at. When you get closer to the city, it gets warmer. I hear hammering. I don't know from where though. Do you hear it? I think someone's building something. I've actually unplugged the microphone so I can hear it better. But it also sounds like it's like right above me in the tree. It is weird as shit. And a little disturbing considering they say this place is haunted. I had you on 5x zoom for the zoom mic. I wonder if there's a hollow tree and there's a preacher in there knocking. That is crazy. Very possible, right guys? As soon as I came around this side, it got out. Where is he? I found the culprit. I'm going 15. It's a palliated! God, I'm on the wrong side with the sun. It's a palliated woodpecker that's making the noise. He's gonna knock that whole branch down. He's going right through that sucker. I'm not crazy. Look at him go. Right now he looks like he's very dark. Let's see if I can brighten him up. It's a big one too. Another bird right there. Where the hell is he? He's so high it's hard to find him. Am I in the right spot here? I know I saw. Oh, this is really annoying me. Now I can't find him with the camera. Where's that bird? It's right. There he is. Jesus, that was difficult to find him. Zoomed in at 15x was difficult. He is knocking stuff down left and right. He don't care about the other birds getting around him either. Alright, that took forever to get. My neck's hurting. Seeing signs. Just the different stone or arrowheads and whatnot. He's still going to town. Okay, nothing starts off good with the murder of. Geez, it almost seems like war has been going on for a long, long, long time, hasn't it? 1778, they attacked settlers, destroyed food supplies. Yeah, that's brilliant. Some people are stupid. Well, the good news is the tickle in my throat went away. And my mouth is dry, so a piece of Big Red. That'll get things spruced up. Oh, we got another sign coming up here. Yeah, I mean, I see some of them. Just, I don't always stop at them. And I'll do a little history lesson today about where I'm at in central Pennsylvania. It's crazy when one of you commented that you're in Brazil. It's like the Netherlands, Brazil. It's awesome that we can be, you know, some small little town in central Pennsylvania in the United States, and people around the world can, you know, see what it's like in my little part of the world. I mean, it's very rural. We have lots of parks. We have a lot of nature. It's nice that we can share our lives via the interwebs and see how other people live life All right, what do we got going on here? Speaking of history, get this one here. I'm kind of just holding there for a few seconds if you want to pause it and read the rest of it. If you, I think you can. Honestly, I can read it on the screen. It's a little small, but I can do it. Alrighty. If you remember, this is where we saw all the deer, and I got a little nervous because the deer was actually making some aggressive moves toward us. It was down through that section there that we hardly ever walk because it's just an open field of grass. There's a lot of birds and whatnot around here. The birds that was in those trees, I was catching everything but the darn woodpecker. Finally found him, had to back off. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh. That is another thing I'm really happy with Apple. Polarized lenses, and you can see the screen. Suck up too many leaves, Xperia. You're over there sneezing away, baby. She's like, yes, I did. I sniffed too much. Never. Not with her. I don't think we're going to take, since we've done this other trail, like literally every time we've come, we're just going to skip it for today. I always call it the AJ point, since he was wearing the GoPro, and I have that very good shot from my old pupper. It's kind of, I don't know what the right word is, going back in time and watching some of the old videos and seeing AJ in Arizona, and then, you know, and every day I see these guys. Let's honestly, not having them makes me appreciate these guys more. It might not seem that sometimes on these walks. And to completely change subjects. So the Susquehanna River here was a logging river. In fact, my mom's old house was the logging station for a long time. The original structure that burned in 1996 was part of the original logging house. The crazy thing is the street she lived on was named Cochran, and the house that we lived, Mosquito Valley, I think I've tried to show it. I really want to get the drone out. This time of year would be perfect. If I could find a good place to park, get the drone out and do an overhead. We call it the Big House. It's also known as the Allison Mansion. It was actually built by Cochran for his wife. It has a very bad omen for the husbands, because my dad and I think the owner before him are the only two, I think, of 6 males that survived that house. The current owner's husband was killed in a, they were out water skiing, and the prop didn't shut down. When he wanted to get on the boat, it cut his artery, and he bled to death on his boat. So, granted, my dad got crushed by a truck, but he survived it and got out of that house. The other guy, he was in, I think, a horrific snowmobile accident, and he was really banged up, but he survived it. All the other ones had really weird deaths, really strange. We're showing signs, even though I've shown this one a gazillion thousand times, the significant tree, and we'll just pan up at what's left of the significant tree. Yeah, that's about it. All right, we're about done here. Every once in a while, even though it's been since, you know, May of 2019 that I lost my dad, there's times that I'll be doing something and it's like, oh, can't tell my dad. I mean, I could walk down and talk to his urn if I wanted to, but I don't think he's gonna understand. So, yes, we do actually have my dad's urn in the house on the hutch. Terry was actually very understanding of me wanting to keep him. He had a burial plot. Don't know where any of the paperwork went, so there is a plot for my dad somewhere that I have no way to claim. And honestly, my cousin got us a really nice urn for my dad. So I would not part way. I'd just rather, you know, keep him. It was kind of, you know, I got to see him a lot. If you go back to those 2019 vlogs, there's a whole stretch there where every day I was traveling down to Stroudsburg and visiting him and seeing him, and then it got to a point where I had to get back to work and I wasn't going to make it down that Saturday, and he passed away that Friday. So, but we got to see each other a lot near the end and got to, you know, spend some quality time together. So He made it to 81. I mean, he had a lot going against him, and he survived that long, so can't argue. I think he led a pretty decent life for the most part. We missed one sign. This one basically is on the opposite side from where we came in. So, some more tools. Imagine standing in front of a bark covered structure 48 feet long and 17 feet wide. It ends in an archery. Xperia wigwam or longhouse appeared in this spot in 1456. Wow. That, yeah, it's broken. I was like, is that a piece of weed or something? No. Alrighty, we are officially done. Alright, getting back to the whole concept of this being an island, so you can see the drop off right here. This actually should be filled with water. At least part of it. Now I'm not sure if it's man-made shut down or if it's nature shut it down by clogging up the entrance, because I can see water right out there in the middle of those leaves. Right there's the river. So I'm not sure if just it got built up over time from sediment, sorry, or if, you know, man intervention kind of blocked the pathway. There's been times when it's been filled and it overflows those pipes that are there. Yeah, so we're actually going back the way we came because I got to pick up a turd monkey's turd bag. Might as well just... What are you doing? What are you doing? Keep going. I don't want you eating nothing. You've eaten enough crap this week already, Priya.